Welcome back to the BodyMaitre podcast. I am your host, Derek, and you're listening to our series, How Bad Guys Work. In this season, we've explored how certain harmful or toxic behaviors are not random. They emerge from patterns stored in the four bodies: the spiritual body, the mental body, the emotional body, and the physical body. Each archetype we've explored carries its own unique internal logic, a consciousness pattern that shapes behavior, decisions, and relationships. We've studied the liar, the narcissist, the blamer, the saboteur, the addict, and many others along the spectrum of unconscious behavior. Today, we explore another archetype, one that may look harmless, strategic, or even charming at first. Someone who only calls when they need something, someone who appears when there's advantage and disappears when there is responsibility. This is the opportunist. The opportunist is not driven by connection. They are driven by calculation. Their internal relationship template sounds like, what can I get from this? What benefits me? Or, if there's no gain, there's no point. They approach relationships, partnerships, and even spirituality transactionally. Opportunists don't invest, they extract. They don't show up for loyalty, only for advantage. And once the benefit is gone, so are they. Imagine someone named Adrian. Adrian rarely messages friends. Rare asks how people are. Rarely shows up unless there's something useful at the end. But when he needs a contact, a favor, information, money, status, or support, he suddenly becomes friendly, warm, and attentive. He may say things like, I was thinking about you. We should reconnect. Or, I really value our friendship. But once he gets what he wants, a discount, a connection, a convenience, his warmth fades. Communication stops, presence disappears, and the cycle repeats when the next need arises. This isn't a relationship. It's a transaction disguised as connection. Unlike some archetypes who feel guilt or conflict, the opportunist often justifies their actions with internal logic such as, if they agreed, it's not wrong, they should have said no, that's how the world works, or I'm just efficient. But beneath the clever logic lies a deeper imbalance, a disconnect from empathy, gratitude, and authentic relationship exchange. To understand the root cause of opportunistic behavior, we turn to the BodyMaitre 4 Bodies Dowsing system and ask Spirit and the collective angelic team what 4 bodies patterns commonly exist in opportunistic consciousness. Here are the collective findings. First, the spiritual body shows psychic hooks to collective consciousness. The spiritual body shows psychic hooks into collective fields of opportunism, energetic networks of people who operate through extraction rather than exchange. These hooks reinforce behavior through subtle energetic influence, making it feel natural to use others rather than relate with them. Next, the mental body shows deviousness. The mental body carries programs of strategic deception, thinking in angles, loopholes, leverage points, and manipulation tactics. Instead of seeing people as equals, the opportunistic mind sees resources and connections become strategies. Then, the emotional body is numb. The emotional body shows numbness, a lack of emotional resonance, empathy, or accountability. This emotional disconnection allows the person to take advantage without feeling guilt, remorse, or relational weight. They are cut off from emotional consequence. Finally, the physical body is justifying fault-finding to deceive yourself. The physical body shows justification patterns, the tendency to convince oneself that the behavior is acceptable by finding flaws in others. They might think, if they were smarter, I wouldn't need to take advantage, or if they didn't use that resource well, why shouldn't I take it? This self-deception allows opportunism to continue without confrontation or reflection. When these 4 bodies distortions combine, spirit aligns with opportunistic consciousness, the mind strategizes for personal gain, the emotions remain numb and disconnected, and the physical body justifies, rationalizes, and excuses behavior. This creates a personality driven by gain rather than connection. transaction rather than relationship, and advantage rather than reciprocity. Opportunists aren't fearless. They are disconnected. They are not strategic. They are emotionally guarded. Their extraction behavior reveals a fear of intimacy, fear of vulnerability, fear of true connection, and fear of reciprocity. It is easier to take than to trust. If this pattern exists within you or in someone you've encountered, let's release these four bodies distortions together. Speak aloud or follow silently with intention. For the spiritual body, spirit, high self, and collective angelic team, I release all psychic hooks to collective negative opportunistic consciousness. Please restore alignment to integrity, balance, and mutual exchange. For the mental body, spirit, high self, and collective angelic team, I release programs of manipulation, strategic extraction, and hidden agendas. Please restore clarity, honesty, and conscious intention. For the emotional body, spirit, high self, and collective angelic team, I release emotional numbing and disconnection. Please restore empathy, sensitivity, and emotional presence. For the physical body, spirit, high self, and collective angelic team, I release justification patterns that excuse harmful behavior. Please restore accountability, awareness, and ethical embodiment. Take a slow breath and allow the four bodies to shift. Thank you for joining me in episode 15 of How Bad Guys Work. Today, we explored the opportunist, the psychic hooks, mental strategies, emotional numbness, and self-justifying behaviors behind opportunistic actions. In the next episode, we explore a different archetype. Episode 16, The Competitor, Why Some People Always Need to Prove They're Better. Until then, stay conscious, stay aware, and take care of your four bodies.